Today, we're going to talk about how to use feedback from mock exams to improve your performance. Mock exams are not just about practice, they're a powerful tool for learning and growth when you know how to use the feedback effectively. You need to know this because simply completing mock papers isn't enough. Analyzing the feedback and applying it to your preparation is what makes the real difference to your final results. At the end of this episode, you'll know how to analyze your mock feedback, identify areas for improvement, and create an action plan to turn those mistakes into marks. Tip number 1 is understand the feedback fully. Feedback often highlights the areas where your child has lost marks and why they've lost those marks. Understanding this helps you pinpoint exactly where or what area they need to improve on. In my sessions, I encourage students to go through their feedback line by line, and if there's something that isn't clear, to ask for clarification, whether it's from their teacher, whether it's from me, or whether it's a study group that they're working with. I'll give you an example. One of my students didn't understand why she'd lost marks in a comprehension question. After we went through the feedback together, she realized that she hadn't used enough evidence. This simple insight helped to avoid making that mistake in further papers and mocks that she attempted. This is important to me because feedback is only useful when it's fully understood. It's not just about pointing out mistakes, it's about learning from those mistakes. Create a focused action plan. Feedback helps you identify specific weaknesses so you can focus your efforts where they'll have the biggest impact. In my session, I turn the feedback that I give students into an action plan. For example, if a student's struggling with essay structure, we'll dedicate time to practicing and outlining and building strong introductions, main bodies, and conclusions. I'll give you an example. One of my students struggled with grammar in their mocks. After identifying the most common errors that she was making, she started to practice targeted exercises. And by the time it came to her next mock, she had made significant improvements. This matters to me because I believe that every mistake is an opportunity to improve, and having a plan ensures you use that feedback in a meaningful way, and therefore you're not overwhelmed. Tip 3, track your progress. Regularly checking your progress helps you see how much you've improved and where you still need to focus on. In my sessions, we use a progress tracker to monitor mock scores and review feedback over time. Seeing your improvements can be a huge confidence boost. I'll give you an example. One of my students felt discouraged after their mock scores, but after tracking their improvement over the next few months and over the next few mocks that they attempted, they saw how much they'd actually grown and felt motivated to keep going on and improving even more. This is important to me because I want students to see that their hard work definitely does pay off. Progress tracking turns feedback into a journey of growth rather than it's being just a form of criticism. So to recap, the 3 steps to use feedback from mock exams are to understand the feedback fully. Ask questions and dig deeper as to why you've got certain marks or why you've lost certain marks. Create a focused action plan. So you target your weakest areas and you essentially work on them, make the most significant improvements there. Track your progress and celebrate and identify areas to keep working on. Thank you for listening, and until next time, happy studying.